Hello, it's here. Today is the 13th, and I hope that you're tuning in. This is my online event on men's health awareness. So, let me introduce myself. My name is Lynn Hankins. I'm an RN and an esthetician, and you all are coming to know me as Ladyfingers NYC. So, my event tonight is to talk about men's health awareness. Just want to say three things because we only have half an hour. I ask if you have questions, you can message me through Messenger and I will try to get back to you. So I'll try to keep it very short and brief. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is stress. So now stress, as you know, affects all the major body systems. For men in particular, no, because they are traditionally the providers. So I say to the guys, whatever you can do to relieve stress, try to do it on a daily basis. Not talking about smoking, not talking about drinking, talking about things like yoga, meditation, music, exercise, hobbies. You want to try to do that 3 to 4 times a week because decreasing your stress can decrease chances of having high blood pressure, having heart attacks, having strokes. So anything you can do to, bring your stress level down, try to do it on a regular basis. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is performance issues. Now, I know a lot of people are probably going to say, what's performance issues? Most people are going to think I'm talking about how many leg curls you do, how much you can bench press at the gym, how many miles you can run. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you get home and you put on Sade and you dim the lights and you go in for some quality time with your partner and it's, oops, there's a problem. That's what I'm talking about when I say performance issues. So, guys, if you are starting to have any of those things, listen up. Viagra, the little blue pill, is a temporary fix. What you need to do is have a talk to your doctor. Let your doctor give you a referral to go to see a doctor called a urologist. And a urologist is a doctor that specializes in things of that nature, performance issues, and, a couple of other things. So in the line of performance issues, you can do some things as far as sometimes what you eat. Believe it or not, there are some studies that say eating things like spinach, avocado, watermelon can help to increase your testosterone level and can also dilate certain arteries to give you increased blood flow to make everybody happy. Okay, so as far as prostate, that also plays into performance issues. So guys, if you're over the age of 40 and you have family members, fathers, grandfathers, anyone that has prostate cancer, you want to have a talk with your doctor and get screenings done for prostate cancer. They do blood tests and they do other types of exams for that. If you're a man in your 50s and you don't have anyone in the family that you know of that has it and you're not really having any symptoms, it's a good idea to start your screening at that point, because with any type of cancers, it's always best to find it early so they can give you a treatment. Guys, just keep in mind also performance issues also kind of ties into your stream, how you urinate. If you're getting up in the middle of the night, if you can't keep a steady stream, it kind of squirts and dribbles and things of that nature, then yeah, you would probably want to have a talk to your doctor and get to that urologist. Okay, so I think that's everything I need to say about performance issues. The next one, the last one actually, is just general health. So guys, I know that, you all are not too keen on going to the doctor and things of that nature, but it is important because this is how you can stay on top of, changes that might be going on with your health. So, you should schedule an exam with your doctor at least once a year, and they will draw blood tests. They'll do something called an echocardiogram if you're in a certain age group, usually, or if you have symptoms. And it's, to make like a picture of your heart to see if there's any, problems with your heart. And then depending on what type of symptoms you might tell your doctor that you have, then, they might order other tests for you. Also keep in mind your weight kind of also can kind of play into things too. If you have a couple of extra pounds, you want to think about, trying to lose at least 5 pounds if you can, because even 5 pounds can make a difference. It can decrease blood pressure, it can decrease your blood sugar, can help maybe sometimes with performance issues. And the way to do that is try to stop eating, your fried foods. Try to, I call it the 5-part salad. 5-part salad means, not just lettuce with a couple of pieces of tomato. It means 5 really full, heavy-duty vegetables. So you're talking about things like red cabbage, you're talking about tomatoes, carrots, green beans, broccoli, onions, any 5 vegetables that you like that you don't have any, food allergies to. If you incorporate that, what happens is vegetables are basically water and fiber, and it will help clean your system, and it can help you actually to lose a couple of pounds. It can also help sometimes if you have certain, issues with your skin. So, try to incorporate that into, your general, makeup of things you try to do for yourself. So we kind of talked about the 3, I guess, most important things for the men folk out there. The only couple of other things I want to say is working with men over the years in the profession that I have been, I find that men are very resistant to go to the doctor. I think in their mind, they think that going to the doctor makes them less of a man. But, it really doesn't make you less of a man. It makes you more of a man because it makes you more healthy, makes you more able to take care of the people that you're responsible for, even if the only person that you're responsible for is yourself. If you're healthy, and you stay on top of your health screenings, you feel better, you do better at your workplace, you do better with your family. It's just a win-win situation, basically. So now keep in mind the times that we are in right now. You might not be able to schedule a regular in-office visit with your doctor. It might be something called telemedicine. And basically what telemedicine is like FaceTime with your doctor. You'll have your computer or your mobile device, your doctor's, face will come up. You can have a conversation with them. You can tell them, any symptoms, anything that's, out of the way with you. They can ask you questions. And then at the end of it, the doctor will, send prescriptions to your pharmacy or, have you go for testing, different screenings, whatever might be needed. So if the ladies are watching, just try to, get a little understanding of some of the men's health challenges that we're talking about tonight. And if you can help them with it, please do that. I don't know anything else I can say. I mean, I know that we're all going through, a difficult time right now. And the stress level for everyone is really high. But, we have to try to do what we can to bring our stress levels down so that we can better deal with our families and deal with whatever we have as far as work. And just try to be, as healthy as we can. Very, very important. Please wear your mask. Please wash your hands. And please do your social distancing. It's really, the mask is really about respect. It's about respect for the other person and not just for yourself. Because what we do with our bodies right now affects everyone. So let's try to be smart and let's try to do the right thing, even though it's not always the easiest thing, but it's the right thing. I think for the men, I know it's hard to kind of get past, upbringing, stereotypes, things that have kind of been talked through over the years. Men don't cry, men don't go to doctors. But I'm here to tell you, if you want to live your best life, you have to kind of come out of that mindset and put your mindset to, I want to be as healthy as I can, to be here for my family, to take care of myself, take care of my elderly parents, whatever your, living situation might be. I don't know what else I can tell you guys. I know we're, going through stress as far as now we're doing the homeschooling, and now they're, talking about, in New York at least, they might be closing down the schools. So, we all have a lot of stress to deal with, and it's hard for everybody. We're all going through this thing, as best we can. But men, I hope that something that I said tonight will strike a chord, can help you, or if not you, someone that you know, a family member, a friend, a coworker. I tried to address the things that I thought were most important for the men folk out there. And ladies, I didn't forget about you. You know, you have an important role to play as well. If you have a boyfriend, a husband, a grown son, anyone that's in the age group that this would apply to, it might be something that if you feel comfortable, you can share with them. You can have a discussion about. We all have to try to be transparent about these things as much as possible because we're all going through it right now. You know, certain doctors are doing in-person visits, some aren't. So, you'd have to reach out to your individual doctor to find out if you can go for an in-person appointment or, if they're going to do the telemedicine visit for you. Trying to think what else. I think that's pretty much everything. I talked about health. Okay, so as much as I know that, sometimes we can't do the cooking, food preparation, and it's easier, to go and get McDonald's and all of that. In the long run, it's not really the most effective way. It's, better if you can to try to do home cooked food. So that way you have a control on your salt and sugar and things of that nature. If you can, try to do a little home food preparation, it's better, in the long run. Might not be as convenient, but it's a little bit better in the long run. I really hope that some men are tuned in and, might get a little better feeling about trying to take care of their health and, trying to be more health aware. It's very, very important. I don't see that anyone is doing any comments, but like I said, if there's something that I didn't go over that you want to, message me on Messenger, you can, and I will get back to you. Okay? It's a Friday night. Not that there's much that, not that there's much that we can do really, but maybe, after this is finished, you can look at some movies, catch some reruns, pull out some board games, have a conversation with your family. Now we have to kind of be a little more original in what we do to have our downtime because, it's not like the old days where you can go to the movies and go to the theater and, go to Broadway shows. Everything's a little different now, so we have to kind of rack our brains and figure out ways that we can enjoy ourselves, that we can't do right now the regular way. So I hope I answered folks' questions, their concerns. I've been trying to reach out on a daily basis to say, words of encouragement to everyone out there because I know that we're going through a hard time right now. And I really appreciate all the folks that, are tuned in, whether it's live or, if it's shared or people that will go back and replay this maybe and share it. I think that's everything. I just want the guys to be more aware and try to be on top of their health because I know that, they're a population that's very, very resistant to the whole medical arena, going to doctors, going to hospitals. Going to hospitals right now is really something that is best reserved for emergent type situations. You do have things like urgent care, if you're having something that's like, say like a pink eye or a sore throat or something like that. But the hospital, especially now, is more, I would say, better served if you have like, if you're having an asthma attack or you're having chest pain or things of that nature. That's when you would want to go to the hospital. Your doctor, you should be trying to keep regular appointments on an annual basis, once a year to get all of your screenings done. And hopefully you won't have to make any, visits to the ER if you're, staying on top of your health. Okay? I think that's just about everything. I'm really glad that whoever tuned in. I hope that I was able to give some good information for the men so that, they can make better decisions about their health and stop relying on those little blue pills. Make that appointment with that urologist if you're really having those kind of issues, guys. It'll make it much better for everyone, for you as well as your partner, to make sure that you stay on top of that and get that corrected. If you try to keep your stress levels down, if you check on that particular thing, you try to watch your weight, you probably will be okay. But remember, those little blue pills are just temporary fixes. You have to get to the underlying problem, okay? I don't know. I don't see any comments. Well, it's all right if the only thing that the guys remember from this men's health awareness is me talking about performance issues. That's okay, because it really kind of brings it all together, because it really does kind of work together. Lower your stress levels, seek out urologists if you're having issues with that particular area. Try to stay on top of your health. Try to keep your weight down. They're all kind of intermingled. So if that's the only thing that, that you can remember, it's okay, because it really, goes together. And ladies, if you have a man and he was having that kind of issue, don't take it out on him. It's something that happens to men sometimes. They just need a little fix. Go to the doctor and get something straightened out, and usually everything will be okay. So just be a little patient with them. If you're in the midst of things and there's a little mishap once or twice or so, just try to understand that men do go through these things sometimes, and it's just a thing to where usually if they go to the doctor and they get issues straightened out, then everything gets back on point again. Okay, so don't hold it against them. It's something that happens sometimes to them. And men, if you're out there, if you have a father or a grandfather or someone you work with, or a good friend that you want to share this information with, please do, because it's very, very important for the men out there to know that, doesn't make them less of a man to go to the doctor. It's an old stereotype. It's an old mindset. Have to break out of that. Men have to be healthy to take care of themselves or people that, other people that they're responsible for. How can they do that if they don't seek out medical attention? If you're having problems, that's the person that you need to seek out, your doctor. That's what they're there for, to help you. All right? Well, I guess if anyone has questions, they will messenger me. I don't see anything in the way of comments on here. I hope this is live. I hope that my message is being broadcast and everyone is hearing what I have to say. And I think that's it. Guys, I hope this helped you. I hope that it gave you inspiration to start taking better care of yourself. Start going to the doctor. Start making those appointments if you need to. Try to stay healthy for yourself and for your family. And I hope that everyone has a good holiday. We're getting ready to come into Thanksgiving. I just want to say that I don't know when I will be doing my next event, but probably you would want to check on my Facebook posts to see. I don't have anything scheduled right now, but that doesn't mean that in the very near future I won't be scheduling something. So just, from time to time, check my posts to see if I'm scheduling any more live events. And like I said, if anyone has questions, I know it was very short, really didn't have time for a Q&A. You can, send me a message through Messenger, and I will get back to you, okay? I wish I could see some comments. Well, I don't know what else I can say to you all. I want us to be very safe and try to do the right thing as far as our mask, our hand washing, and our social distancing. And let's try to do the best we can to come on the other side of this thing. I think if we all pull together and try to do what's right, things will, start to get better. Let me just check my notes and see if anything else I wanted to talk about. Oh, one more thing, guys. In particular, for any of the men that are in areas of food preparation or, the medical profession, obviously, you want to make sure in the midst of all of the hand washing that you do, that you take time out maybe at the end of your shift to moisturize your hands. Because what happens is with all the frequent hand washing, your hands will get dry. And once your hands get dry, they can crack. And once they crack, that serves as an entrance point for germs. And you can end up, with a very nasty infection. So please try to remember to put a little container of, hand moisturizer in your knapsacks or whatever bags that you carry to work. And at the end of your shift, after you've done all that hand washing, remember to moisturize your hands because you want to make sure you keep your skin intact because skin is the largest organ of the body and it does work to protect us from infection when it's intact and working well. If it's cracked, then it can't do its job and then germs can get in and give you a nasty, nasty infection. All right? So even if you're not in food preparation or the medical profession, you're just out here, regular Joe, regular Jane, and in the midst of what's going on now, you're doing all the hand washing. Also, please remember to moisturize your hands, as much as you can because you want to keep that skin intact and moisturized so that you don't get a nasty skin infection. Okay? I think that was it. I don't think I have anything else. I hope that I'm live. I hope that people are seeing me and hearing what I'm talking about. Well, I think that's it. I wish I could see a comment. Well, I thank everyone for tuning in. I thank you for following me. If you've been following me on my little daily adventures, saying good morning, trying to share words of inspiration. I think we all need some inspiration these days because this pandemic is really, really causing us to have a lot of stress and a lot of, pent-up feelings. And people, I think, are not able to do maybe what they're used to doing to relax and enjoy themselves. So that in itself causes people to be very frustrated. So we all are going through what we're going through right now. So I think we all have to try to be a little patient, a little understanding, a little compassionate, and try to understand that we're all going through something right now. Hopefully, with us doing the right thing, this pandemic can come under control and things can go back to some form of normalcy. So let's see what happens. We have to keep a hopeful mind and try to do the right thing with our social distancing and all the measures that, they tell us to do to try to get this thing under control. So I'm sure I'll be in touch before Thanksgiving, but just, just a word of advice. Let's do things that we used to do before we had all the technology. So, the old board games, the checker sets, the chess sets, deck of cards, Twister, all the good stuff from the old days. Because, it's we don't have really much selection of things we can do right now, until things get a little bit better. So you have to pull out the old school stuff, you know, the old home movies. You remember those? Yeah. I'm dating myself now, but that's okay. Yeah, so I don't know. I think that's it. If anybody had questions, I don't see anything. Well, I did see something. They have some type of insurance now for the turkeys, I think Whole Foods. So it seems like if the turkeys get burnt, they cover so many people. I don't know. I saw something about it on the internet yesterday. So maybe if people are, going to be doing that for the holidays, they can look into it. It's supposed to, make sure that, you have a good Thanksgiving, and I think you can get another turkey, or I'm not sure the full details, but it's something you'd have to look up. All right. Well, I don't have any way to see any questions. So, like I said, if anyone has questions about anything that I talked about that they'd like to ask, they can send me a message through Messenger, and I will get back to them. So, if any of the guys out there are having those issues, any of the issues that I talked about, look into putting in a call to your doctor. And like I said, either you will get an in-person appointment, or they will schedule you for the telemedicine, which again, remember, is the FaceTime. So basically, the doctor sees you on your phone, you see the doctor, they'll ask you the questions, you'll answer the questions. Then, if you need prescriptions sent to your pharmacy, or, testing or whatever, then that can all be arranged. We're in flu season, so, I know that's a very heated issue for a lot of people. Some people believe in taking it, some people don't. It's a very individual thing, but we are in the midst of flu season. Just recognize that. So now we have the two things running head to head. We have flu, and we also have the pandemic. So as much as possible, try to get a lot of rest. Rest is very important for your immune system. Try to eat well. Get some of those 5-part solids in. Vitamin C, oranges, orange juice. As long as you don't have any food allergies, you want to do things to try to keep your immune system up, because, like I said, we are in flu season. So rest is very important, because it rests the body. It lets, the body have its downtime, and certain activities, happen while you're resting that can contribute to your immune system. So recommendation usually is like 6 to 8 hours of rest a day. Keep in mind that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I am a registered nurse. So this is why I can talk about these things to you. If you, have specific issues where you needed to see like a nutritionist, that's something that you would, speak to your doctor about. Trying to think of what else I can talk about. We talked a little bit about flu. We talked about the immune system. Yeah, so I think that's basically it. try to stay away from people that you see are obviously sick. Try to get your rest. Try to eat well. Of course, drink your water. Because your body is basically what, like 60, 70, 75% water. So you always want to keep that balance. Water helps all of the body systems do what it does. Can help, with digestion, can help the skin, helps lots of things. So you always want to make sure you have your water on board. Try not to drink the sugary stuff, the sodas and a lot of the fruit juices, because they're very high in sugar. Trying to think what else. Oh, men, if you have a little extra going across the middle there, the 5-part salad might help. Things like turmeric, which is a spice, it's kind of like curry. It's spelled Turmeric. Supposedly supposed to help with, belly fat in particular. So if you do the 5-part salads, you might lose a couple of pounds. Your blood pressure can go down. Your blood sugar can go down. Might get better in the performance area. So try to take all these things into your thinking. I know it's hard because we're right in the midst of winter almost, and wintertime is usually a time when we eat heavier. But try to, eat smarter. The spinach, the avocado, and the watermelon watermelon is kind of seasonal, so you probably are not going to find that in any stores right now. But things like spinach and avocado, I think you would find that pretty much in any supermarket. So that's that performance stuff, because like I said, it can help raise those testosterone levels and, do that whole dilation of arteries for you. Okay? So guys, you might want to incorporate that into your 5-part salad. Spinach, avocado, maybe tomato, red cabbage, maybe onions or broccoli, whatever's your preference. Eat that on a daily basis and you might be pleasantly surprised. Okay? All right. Well, I look forward to anyone that has questions. They can send me a message on Messenger. And like I said, I will get back to you. And I really appreciate everyone tuning in, spending this time with me, hearing about men's health awareness issues. Hopefully I answered some questions, helped solve some problems for someone, made things a little bit better for somebody out there that might be listening, that might be having a little challenge with their health right now. And I wish you all the best. A good night and a wonderful weekend. And I'm sure I'll be in touch before the holidays. So just make sure to keep an eye on my posts to see, when I might be doing another live event or whatever else, might be down the road that I might look into doing. Okay. All right. Hope everyone has a good night. Be safe and stay well.